We're going to go ahead and work on the Gold Fury. We're able to secure it. They're chasing Zong. We have our ult in 2 seconds. We're going to sit right here, kind of wait for the right time. We activate our ultimate. We get a double kill right there. Kibo's very weak. We're going to try to push up right here. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Sean B Gaming, and today we're doing a skin showcase for the Sunken Sorcerer Poseidon skin in mid. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Poseidon has a little bit of movement speed built into his kit and a very strong team fighting ultimate. So let's go ahead and jump into Poseidon's kit. Starting with Poseidon's passive, Changing Tides. Poseidon's movement speed increases and his abilities deal additional damage as his tide level increases. Successful basic attack hits increase his tide by 10% and using abilities decrease his tide. At high tide, his abilities are going to deal up to 20% additional damage whenever it's at max. And then at his high tide, he's also going to gain up to 15% movement speed. Poseidon's 1 Title Surge. Poseidon's going to summon forth a wave that travels in a line, dealing damage and pushing back all enemies in its path. This ability is going to consume 20% tide. Poseidon's 2 Trident. Poseidon activates his trident, granting movement speed and making his basic attacks fire 2 additional shots in a spread for 6 seconds. These shots deal magical damage plus 20% of Poseidon's magical power. All shots increase Poseidon's tide on a successful hit. At level 1, the movement speed is going to be 10%, and then at level 5, it is going to be 30%. Poseidon's 3 Whirlpool. Poseidon summons a whirlpool at a ground target location that cripples enemies, preventing movement abilities. Plus, it pulls targets towards the center, dealing magical damage every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds, so a total of 6 damage ticks. This ability reduces Poseidon's tide by 20% when cast. And Poseidon's ultimate, Release the Kraken. Poseidon releases the Kraken, damaging and slowing targets in its radius. Enemies at the center of this effect when it spawns are going to take additional damage and are bounced into the air and stunned. The stun is going to last for 1 second at level 1, 2 seconds at level 5. The slow is 30%, and when this ability is used, it's going to consume 30% tide. At level 1, we want to put a point into our 3. At level 2, we want to put a point into our 2. And then at level 3, we want to put a point into our 1. Our 2 at level 2 is going to allow us to clear the large harpy, and it also just does more damage if you can land your basic attacks. Looks like a little bit of action going on in right. We lose our dual lane, they're able to get 1. We're going to go ahead and clear the wave, activate our 2, try to get some basics. Kibo's here, we're going to fall back. In terms of the build, we left Fountain with Mage's Blessing, tier 1 of Charon's coin, and then 3 health potions and 2 mana potions. We're going against a Janus. I feel like his ability should be pretty easy to dodge while we can cast our ability from the side. We're going to go ahead and activate our 2, start working on this Harpy, and look at how fast we clear it. If we use the 1, it would take a little bit longer. That's why I think we should level up the 2 at level 2 over the 1. Once you have all 3 abilities at level 4, you want to put a point into your 3, then you want to max out your ultimate whenever you can, max out your 3, max out your 2, then max out your 1 last. We're going to be maxing out our 2 before our 1 because it's going to provide us additional movement speed, and the build we're going for this game is going to be movement speed focused. General strategy with Poseidon: if we activate our 2, we're going to gain movement speed and then hopefully be able to close in on the enemy, hit him with our 3, then hit him with our ultimate. Poseidon's ultimate, while on his 3, just does a lot of damage. If you hit him with the center of the ultimate, you're going to get the bonus damage, and they're going to be stuck taking all 6 sources of tick damage from your 3. We just hit level 5. We have no camps to really go for, so we're going to fall back to these harpies and hit them with our Achilles. I'm going for jungle buff. So far, I really like this skin. I'm not exactly sure why I like this skin so much. It looks like a Skyrim armor skin, It just has a lot of detail on it. And the skin just looks very clean. I like it a lot. Normally I feel like I wouldn't like this type of design, but I think it just looks fantastic on Poseidon. Achilles says wait. We'll go ahead and wait for him. We'll tag one more wave. Ratatasker's here. We're going to activate our 2, get a little bit of movement speed. It causes him to miss his dash. We're going to cast our 1 so we knock back the minions first. Then we're going to activate our 3. Unfortunately, we only catch the archers in our 3, but we're going to go ahead and rotate to our red. We are pretty low on mana. We also have enough money for boots, so we want to back here pretty soon, pick up our boots. We're going to activate our 3. Rat dashes into it. So Rat might have been able to dash and hit the minion camp, but our 3 cripples them. So that means Ratatasker's dash is going to get cancelled. There's a couple of dashes on the enemy team, so our 3 is going to prevent them from using any kind of movement speed abilities. We're going to use our 1, knock back all the minions, and then we're going to go ahead, hide behind tower so we don't take any minion damage, and cast our 3. Then we're going to go ahead and fall back. We are going to be going into the lifesteal boots this game. I know cooldown is pretty effective on Poseidon because you get an ult more often. However, we're not really building cooldown anywhere else, or lifesteal anywhere else in the build, so we're going to go ahead and pick up the lifesteal boots. This should provide us a little bit more power than the cooldown boots. And it is also going to help us just sustain a little bit. Looks like right lane is getting... Oh no, the Ratatasker is the support. They're not being ganked by jungle. I'm calling out missing middle. They're pretty weak. Definitely weak enough to where ult might be able to get them. We're going to rotate over, see if there's anything we can do. Activate our 2 for movement speed. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate on the Cernunos. We're able to clean up the Cernunos. Ratatasker's here. We're going to hit him with our 3, hit him with our 1, and we're able to get a double kill. Excellent way to start off the game. We're going to fall back a little bit because we are low on mana. This Janus is a little out of position. We're going to activate our 3, hit him with our 1, and our 3 is able to clean up the Janus. That's all we could ask for. We're not interested in the Hevo. We trust that our team's going to be able to push him back, or he's just going to get away. So we're going to rotate back mid and clean up the wave. Excellent start.
I'm going for the jungle buff.
We're going to rotate over, help Achilles out. He doesn't need a whole lot of help, but we are going to get some golden XP for helping with the 1 Oracle. We're going to go ahead and work on our red buff, activate our 3, hold on to our 2. With people there, we didn't really need to use more than 1 ability. Ratatasker dashes in, hits us with a few abilities, but we're good. We're getting some damage. We're going to have our ult in about 10 seconds. We activate our 3. We're pretty low on health. We do not have our 3 for the wave. Oh, if we would have hit that basic attack, we would have gotten the pick. That's a shame. We're going to go ahead and clear the wave. We are out of mana, so we're going to be backing up here. We almost have enough money for the tier 3 version of Charon's coin, but we only have enough for the tier 2 version. So once we pick up the tier 2 version, we should start getting some MP5 from our items. Once we get Charon's coin online, we will no longer need to buy mana pots. So we can just start buying wards and health potions. We do have our ultimate. We're going to want to rotate in, try to help out. We're going to go ahead and rotate left. Those 2 people pretty weak. There's a weak Ratatasker. We're going to activate our 3, hit him with a basic, and we're able to clean up the Ratatasker. We're going to check for the tier. Tier is about half health. If we had our 3, we might have been able to get the pick. I feel like he's probably pretty tanky. He's going against his Zonkui, so he's probably built into magical protections. We're going to go ahead, rotate back towards mid, clean up the mid harpies. Kibo's pretty weak. Looks like he was able to back. We're going to use our 1, knock back all the minions before using our 3 so we don't push them out of it.
Need healing. I'm going for Excuse me, my mistake.
We're going to go ahead and hit our harpy. Our red's up. We're going to work on that next. So we waited for Achilles earlier. We're not going to need to really wait for him the second time. We do have enough money for Charon's coin, but we want to back at a point where we're not going to miss a lot for it. We're going to activate our 3. We're going to use our ultimate. We get some damage onto the Yanis, but unfortunately he was not in the center of a Kraken. So he did not get knocked up and did not take the bonus damage. We're going to activate our 3. Does some damage. We're able to hit him with our 1. I think that was like the maximum range of our 1. We're going to fall back right here. Oh no. Yanis ult, then a Hevo comes through. He gets blinded but still hits us with his 3. That's unfortunate. I feel like he had it lined up before the Xbalanque ultimate kicked in. We could have Aegis that, so that was definitely something we could work on improving. As soon as we saw the Hevo approach, we really should have Aegis'd and then tried to kind of fall back a little bit. A little bit of a misplay right there. But we were able to pick up Charon's coin. Charon's coin is going to provide us 80 magical power, 20% magical penetration, 7 HP 5, and 20 MP 5. It has a passive that on god kills or assists, a coin is flipped. If it's heads, we're going to gain a stack of 7 HP 5. If it's tails, we're going to gain a stack of 2% movement speed. Each effect can stack up to 4 times, and at 8 stacks, this item evolves. You also gain 1 gold every time this coin is flipped. So whenever it does evolve, it is still going to provide 80 power. It's going to provide 35 HP 5 and MP 5, 20% penetration, and 8% movement speed. Once it's evolved, on a god kill or assist, a coin is flipped. If it's heads, we're going to gain 150 health over 6 seconds. If it's tails, we're going to gain 5% movement speed for 6 seconds. You're also going to gain 1 gold every time the coin is flipped. We were able to get a pick with our ultimate on a out of position Ratatasker. So the reason we are going into Charon's coin is we really want the movement speed, and it just has a 20% pen attached to it, which is going to be very helpful when going against tanky characters. The reason we are going into Charon's coin before Doom Orb is because we want to start stacking it first. Doom Orb would actually give us a larger power spike, but Charon's coin takes a little bit longer to get online. We're thinking about rotating. We change our mind, we're just going to clean up the wave. So now we're starting to look a little zippy. We got our Charon's coin online. We have 2 stacks of some. There's a chance it could be the 2 stacks of HP 5. Or it could be the 2 stacks of movement speed. Doesn't really tell you, but once it's fully evolved, we're going to have an additional 8% movement speed. Then whenever we activate our 2, we're going to gain 30% movement speed. So we can really start zipping around the map. Activate our 3, clear the wave. We're going to go ahead and rotate out. There's 4 people here.
Okay.
We're waiting to try to catch somebody out of position. Here's the Yanis. We're going to use our 3, our ultimate. We get knocked up by Hevo, and that pushes us away from tower, and then we get gobbled by the Hevo ultimate. That is a scenario where we could have used our Aegis. Unfortunately, we did not. I was kind of waiting for a sound cue from the Hevo, and by the time I heard it, I was just gone.
Sorry.
I think one of those deaths from Hevo was preventable. I think if we Aegis the first one, we probably would still be on cooldown with our Aegis. Since we didn't Aegis the first one, we absolutely should have Aegis the second one. So taking a look at the enemy team, Hevo looks to be the issue. He's a level 14, higher than anyone on our level or the enemy team. So whenever we are selecting who to ult with our ultimate, we should probably aim for Hevo. We've got 3 levels on Vienna, so we're not too concerned about him. We're going to go ahead and drop our red buff, rotate back mid. Ratataska's here. We're going to use our ultimate. We're going to use our 3, and we're able to clean them up. The bonus damage from Poseidon's ultimate can really make a difference on whether you get the pick or not. We're able to clean up the Yanis as well. We're going to activate our 3, kind of create a little bit of spacing. It slows the churn down, or the Cernunos. Going to get some basics. He's pretty weak. We're able to clean up these Cernunos. We're going to use our 3 onto the Hebo. We're trying to avoid this tier. We use beads when we should have Aegis. And we should have beads a lot earlier. So far, I think all 3 of our deaths have been from misuse of our relics. They were all kind of preventable if we used the right relic at the right time. Our team's kind of getting cleaned up. Hebo's getting a lot of kills, I think. Our initial assumption that he's the one we need to worry about is probably correct. When leaving Fountain, we're going to activate our 2 so we gain the 30% movement speed. Kind of use it as often as it comes up so we can zip around the map. So we just completed Doom Orb. Doom Orb is going to provide us 140 magical power, 200 mana, 25 MP5, and 6% movement speed. It has a passive that getting a kill or assist on a minion will provide you with 1 stack, granting 1% movement speed and 4 magical power per stack. These stacks last for 15 seconds and can stack up to 5 times. Gods provide 5 stacks. We get an ultimate, we're able to get the pick onto the Ratatasker. The tier is pretty weak, we're able to avoid his dash because we're super fast. And Achilles is able to clean him up. We're going to rotate to the Oracles. Hebo's here. We activate our 3. Does a little bit of damage, but Hebo's able to secure the Oracles. We're going to go ahead and fall back towards mid.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower.
The skin is so clean. There's just so much detail on all of the armor. It all looks sharp, clean, intentionally designed. His spear looks cool, it matches his armor. I really like this skin. Just a good skin in my opinion. There's a bit of a fight going on right. We're going to go ahead and rotate over. Our ultimate will be up in 5 seconds. We're going to activate our 3. Get the cripple onto the rat. Rat's going to ult away. We're going to kind of loop around, make sure we're safe. We do have our ultimate. Hebo's here. He should be our target. There's his ultimate. He uses it on Achilles. We use our ultimate and our 3. Got a lot of damage onto the Hebo. And Zonkui was able to clean the Hebo up. Yanis is still pushing our Achilles. We're going to rotate back in, try to help out this Zong. He gets pulled or pushed by the tier, so we're going to go ahead and fall back. We are not going to be able to secure our red safely, so we're just going to fall back. Yanis was trying to invade the speed, so we're going to rotate, try to punish him for it. We get some good damage. He's caught between the tier 2 tower and going back into jungle. We trust that our team's got it. We're going to go ahead, activate our 3 or 2, run away. We see 2 people here. We're kind of afraid of tier. We're going to go ahead and activate our 2, clear this small harpy. It's a large harpy, but it used to be small harpies, so I always refer to it as a small harpy. So in this upcoming patch, they're adding some esports memorabilia to the map, and there's going to be like Smite Pro League in the center of the map. There's going to be a few characters who got pentakills added to the map. I think this is a cool little touch, but I'm definitely looking forward to the new Conquest map in Season 8. So we used our ultimate to get a lot of damage onto the tier. We did not get the final pick, or the final bit of damage to get the pick.
Okay. Goodbye. Attack middle lane. Be careful.
Rat ult inbound. We use our beads a little late. We're going to activate our 2, get the movement speed, and just zip on out of there.
Be right back.
We have enough money for Rod of Tahuti, often referred to as Rod of the Booty. Rod of Tahuti is going to provide us 160 magical power, 30 MP5. It has a passive that basic attacks and abilities gain 25% additional magical power against targets below 50% health.
Okay.
This item just has a lot of power, and it makes it to where we deal bonus damage, so it's just going to be very helpful whenever attacking a weaker character or a less healthy character. We're going to go ahead and work on the Gold Fury. We're able to secure it. They're chasing Zong. We have our ult in 2 seconds. We're going to sit right here, kind of wait for the right time. We activate our ultimate. We get a double kill right there. Kibo's very weak. We're going to try to push up right here. I don't think we are actually aiming for Hebo right there. There's a grouping of 2. We were able to get 2 right there.
Enemy ultimate's down.
Rat is pushing us, so we're going to fall back a little bit. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our red buff, try to pick that up. That's going to increase our damage.
Okay.
So I haven't really been talking about the passive too much, but the passive is very helpful. Right now we're at full tide. Whenever we activate our 2, that's going to help us reach full tide a little bit quicker. Whenever we are at full tide, our next ability is going to deal additional damage, and we're going to be gaining 15% movement speed. We're going to activate our 3, kind of zone for Hercules a little bit, provide a little bit of peel. We get some damage off onto the rat, but he ults away.
Ultimate is down.
We're saving our 3 for our ultimate. We're going to run in, 3 ult the Hebo, and we're able to clean up the Hebo. So now I think this fight is in our favor with Hebo out of the picture. I think we can win this 5v4. CERN dashes away. We're not going to talk about that. We missed everything, but we're not going to talk about that one. Yanis is chasing, it looks like the Achilles, but it looks like he just misjudged that. He was right by us. He probably could have gotten some damage onto us. We're going to go ahead and set up a ward. Activate our 2, get some damage onto the rat. Use the 2's movement speed to get away. Looks like they are on Pyromancer. We're going to activate our 3. We're able to steal away the Pyromancer. I don't know if it was me or Zong that got it. Zong took credit for it, so we're just going to assume it was him. We didn't have vision on it. We're going to try to come up behind them right here. Very poor 3 from me. We're able to hit tier with our 1. Trying to get some basics so we can start stacking up our tide. We get knocked out by Hebo. We're going to use our 3 ultimate combo, hit him with the 1, and we're able to clean up Hebo. Now that Hebo is out of the fight, this is a good fight for us. So we just need, Hercules, just run in there and let us hit the tower, please. If you're support and you have your team waiting at a tower line, just run in there. We're going to use our beads and our Aegis right here to avoid the Ratatasker. We're going to activate our 2, get the movement speed.
Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and back and pick up Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver is going to provide us 95 magical power, 300 mana, and 10% penetration. It has a passive that your abilities deal an additional 2% of the target's maximum health. If the target had over 2,000 health, your ability damage is going to scale up. This effect reaches 7% maximum health if they have 2,750 health or more. Subsequent hits on the same target are going to deal half the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds. So this item does a couple of things. It has 10% pen combined with the 20% pen we're getting from Charon's coin. That's going to put us at 30%, which is 10% below the cap of 40% penetration. It is also going to allow us to remove a percentage of the enemy's maximum health, which is pretty helpful whenever going against the tier and their support. Their support in this case is Ratatasker. We hear Hebo. Unfortunately, we missed our 3 and tier was also there. If tier was not there and we did not miss our 3, we would have ulted that Hebo and tried to get the pick on him before the team fight even started. So right now, our team is trying to eyeball the Titan, not the Titan, the Fire Giant.
Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed. Group up.
We're going to go ahead and start dealing some damage to it. Hebo's here, so we should all back up right here. The enemy is able to get the Primal Fury. We're going to get some damage onto this tier. We're going to activate our 3 that cripples him. He can't dash away. We don't want to pointlessly chase tier throughout jungle. We're going to try to rotate and try to help out and get a pick on the character that actually matters. We're going to activate our 3, activate our 1. We did not get the bonus damage onto the Hebo, so we did not get the pick. Getting the bonus damage while they're in the 3 really amplifies it. You're going to get the bonus damage. It's also going to knock them up and make sure that they take all the ticks from the 3. To say the damage is almost doubled if you set it up right, I think is an understatement. I think it might even be more than double. Rat runs away. We should be able to get the Fire Giant right here. We're going to go ahead and start it. Hopefully our team will rotate in. Looks like they did. We're going to step out, let Zonkli tank it. We are a little squishy, so we do not want to take any unnecessary damage. Looks like they're in the left jungle. We're going to go ahead and clean up the mid wave. We probably should just be pushing the left tower with our team. We're going to go pick up our red buff. So the Fire Giant buff is going to provide us some HP 5, some MP 5, and allow us to deal some additional damage to structures.
Ultimate is down. Ultimate is ready. On my way.
We're going to rotate into the team fight. The Ratatasker left, and I don't think the enemy team stays in here much longer. Really like this skin. It looks very clean. Really like this build on Poseidon. Being able to just zoom around the map feels very fun. Feels like you can kind of engage and disengage at your own discretion. We're going to get some damage onto these Cernunia, bringing us 18, 3, and 9. The rat left. I feel like he just got frustrated, probably threw up some surrenders, and they said no, so he left. We're going to activate our 3, start pushing this Phoenix. Get the 1 onto the Hebo, and that makes us 19, 3, and 9, and the enemy team surrenders. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.